All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Morgan Clark, and I'm on the negative side of this discussion today. First of all, I just want to point out a statistic that Durandi gave us, is that 12 states you can't vote. I believe that is a little outdated because as of right now, there are 30 states that most felons automatically gain the right to vote upon completion of their sentence. In Maine and Vermont, felons never lose their right to vote, even while they're incarcerated. In other states, ex-felons must wait for a certain period of time after the completion of their sentence before their rights can be restored. And in other states, they must apply. It's like an application process. And another reason that I know that is because that's one of the main reasons why we changed our side in the beginning on this topic for why they shouldn't be able to vote, because so many states already allow them to vote after a certain period of time. Voting is a fundamental right and a cornerstone of our democracy. As the Supreme Court has said, no right is more precious in a free country than that of having a voice in the election of those who make the laws under which, as good citizens, we must live. Other rights, even the most basic, are illusory if the right to vote is undermined. Yet nearly 4.7 million U.S. citizens with convictions who have already done their time in prison are denied the right. These citizens return from prison to work, pay taxes, and live as our friends and neighbors who raise their families in our communities, yes, they lack their voice in their own government. Also, I would like to state that felons can be rehabilitated. Just two examples. According to arrestrecords.com, Tim Allen used to be a felon, and now he's an actor. He's Santa Claus. Another felon was Robert Downey Jr., same website according to arrestrecords.com, and now he's Iron Man. So people can change their life around. They're not always their mistakes. Everyone deserves a second chance. Many ex-felons wish to be given a second chance to a great education, a second chance to a job, and a second chance to restore their voting rights, to have a say in this country. Also, I want to state, why are we a country that is trying to drive people away from the polls when we should be doing the opposite? According to Reynolds Holding in an article, Why Can't Felons Vote? We'd be lucky if 40% of eligible voters casted a ballot on November 7th. What kind of democracy is that? We should be finding a way to get more voters to the polls and not looking for excuses to keep them away. So instead of prohibiting felons from voting, let's require them to do it. That way they will continue to repay their debt to society long after they walk out of prison. And then an alternative to what they are proposing, according to the Brennan Center for Justice, there is a Democracy Restoration Act. This act will restore rights in the federal election to 4.7 million Americans who are out of prison and living in the community. And then it will also ensure that people on probation will never lose their right to vote in a federal election. Why is this bill important? It will strengthen our democracy. The right to vote, it forms the core of American democracy. It'll advance civil rights. Felony disenfranchisement laws are firmly rooted in Jim Crow and were intended to bar minorities from voting. The intended effects of these laws continue today. Nationwide, 2.2 million African Americans are disenfranchised. And it will reduce repeat offenders. It'll help rebuild ties to the community and motivate law-abiding behavior. So yeah, I suggest that we pass this act rather than taking away and driving people from the polls. Thank you.